want to circle back to the MSR thing. Merengue, salsa, reggaeton,
Rap. There was no reggaeton back then.
All right,
We call it reggae rap for the R, you know.
For the R, right.
All right.
There was reggaeton.
What's just starting out underground?
But probably not even yet.
Playero
Playero
was the
stuff.
first. To me, the first time I heard reggaeton was playero.
Yeah, that was the movement back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe Big Boy in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico was.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, but so it was rap, merengue salsa rap.
I got you.
And the logo was all over his office, MSR.
All right. But I wanted to focus on the merengue and salsa part, and I'll add bachata too, if you don't mind me. I feel like there's no new artist, you know, and I don't understand that because there is a demand for it. You go to the club up in Dykeman, you're gonna hear merengue, you're gonna hear salsa, you're gonna hear bachata, but it's Anthony Santos, it's Fran Reyes, it's Fernandito, it's Gilberto Santa Rosa, Hector Lavoe. It's not nobody of like, the guy, the best salsa singer. What's going on in the music industry that I feel like there's a demand for it, but there's no movement, no push for it. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, what happens now is that we don't have record labels. And record labels were like factories.
Let's start a record label.
Yeah. Record labels were producing things.
Yeah.
Now, if you say, what's the latest album from any singer? They don't record anymore.
Okay.
They only do live shows. But before you had record labels that were recruiting new artists.
Yeah.
So now if you say, how come you don't have like a young merengue band? Because nobody's investing on that.
Okay.
Like Ralph Mercado had the label, Accordion Records.
RMM Records, yeah.
They had different labels in New York that they were recruiting new singers. But now we don't have that. So everybody's a producer. People are working from their bedroom, making music. But when it comes to promoting that music and taking it to the radio station, that's a different level that independent producers don't have that power to do that.
Okay.
And that's why you don't see there's a lot of new guys out there, but they get lost in YouTube.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I know that there are people, but it just seems like, for example, Fernandita Villalona was a star. This guy was a rock star. He couldn't walk down Washington Heights. There's no equivalent to that now. There's no... You think so?
Now that you say Fernandito Villalona, I'll tell you this story. When Aventura was nominated for Cassandra in Santo Domingo back in the days.
De los premios.
Right. We went to El Vesubio in El Malecón. And then Fernandito Villalona is there. And Romeo said, I don't know Fernando Villalona. And I said, you want to... And then I said, Fernando, come here. I want to introduce you to this guy. And then... and then he said, El Mayimbe. And Fernando Villalona told Romeo, no, you are the Mayimbe. That was the first time they met.
That's cool. So he didn't know who he was?
He didn't know him personally.
Oh, he never met him personally.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, no, I would love to see specifically bachata make a comeback as far as new artists. Obviously, you got the same guys that maybe could release an album or a song and maybe it'll get some spins. But I want new bachata, new salsa, new merengueros to come out, and hopefully, this goes somewhere and record labels hear that there's a need for it. And
maybe we have to create a talent show to find out the new talent. There is a guy named Hiori that sings bachata. Dominican guy who used to be in the 24 Horas, that group.
Okay.
And he's doing his thing. He travels all over the world, but he needs a major push to get to the next level.
All right.
So how do you get on the radio then now?
Well, you know how the radio works. The radio is like it's advertising. They call it promotion. To get on the radio, you got to go with a briefcase.
Gotcha.
Take your briefcase and then
play this song 20 times a day.
Of money,
You take the promoter out to dinner and you hand the briefcase over.
And that's
the
what
table.
the record studios used to do.
Yeah, I'm not so much sure how much radio I mean, it's still an influence, but I wouldn't
like,
say it's
less and less.
Yeah,
right.
It's less. It's more social media now.
Yeah.
The radio is dead, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's why they need the machine, kind of like you said, a record label where they can invest in promoting on social media, YouTube, and all that. And
But radio still works because when people drive, they need the radio.
Right,
You see,
right,
you need to know
right.
what's going on when you're driving. And then even though you have all these gadgets and things, you need the radio announcer to tell you how the weather, the news, and then occasionally you get to hear some new music,
okay.
but not like before.